This is not a banger. This is not a banger. And I know bangers. I know bangers.
All right. Let's talk about why the Legion Go is better than the Steam Deck. Now wait, before you go to the comment section and let me know how you feel, I recommend watching this video to the end so you can get an idea of what I'm talking about. Now, I have a Legion Go right here. So let's dive into the specs. So Legion Go is rocking an AMD Ryzen Z1 Extreme, an 8.8-inch screen, QHD 144 Hz. Now, right off the bat, those are some impressive spec. When I switched over from the Steam Deck to the Legion Go, I noticed the screen resolution right away. Now, granted, are you going to be playing every game in 2K? No, of course not. The power in this device isn't good enough for 2K on some games. Maybe you have to bring it down to maybe like 1920 by 1200, which most of my games run great on that resolution, which I'm going to show you guys during the not really benchmark, but some of the gameplay portion. If you want to skip to that, I'm gonna put a timestamp right here so you can click on it. But with that being said, one thing I'll still give the Steam Deck is the operating system. Now, when it comes to running Windows on handheld, it pretty much sucks. I cannot sit here and tell you a lie. I mean, Windows on a handheld is bad. It's meant for keyboard and mouse, and Windows is not really optimized for touchscreen either. But there are rumors that Microsoft is working on a handheld OS since they see the rise of all these handhelds coming up. Now, if Microsoft actually released a handheld OS that's dedicated for some of these devices that we have, and it has a really great battery management system, I mean, the Steam OS might have some competitions coming along. But I'm not going to hold my breath. It is Microsoft we're talking about after all. So let's see what they do. They're probably going to try to sell us the OS with a key and everything like that. So be on the lookout for that. If the Windows handheld OS comes out, I'm definitely going to make a video about it. So make sure to hit the like button and subscribe so you can stay tuned for that video. But let's go ahead and dive right into some of the gameplay.
All right. So here we are inside of Elden Ring. Let's go ahead and take a look at the system settings to see. I'm running the game at 1920 by 1200. I have auto render off and the quality is set to medium. So let's go ahead and dive into the game. So from my testing, I was getting around 40 frames a second consistently. So running this game on a Legion Go definitely has no issue. The Legion Go is pretty much like the beast when it comes to running a lot of games, but Elden Ring is definitely one of those games that is 100% playable with good quality. So as you can see, we're in the game, we're hitting about 43 frames a second. I just wrecked this guy, so let me bring him back to life and then battle him again. But yeah, as you can see, we're hitting about 40 frames. And this is on medium, so you can definitely squeeze out more power and more frame rate out of this. And we are running at 30 watts, so we are maxed out on our power usage. So realistically, you would not be running this on a handheld when you're holding it at 30 watts. So when I'm holding it, I drop it down to about 15 watt just to stabilize the frame rate at 30 frames a second. But right now we have it plugged in and we are running at full wattage. So that's why we're getting full frame rate. I mostly have my Legion Go plugged in when I'm home. When I'm out, I rarely play AAA titles, mostly because it does eat up a lot of the battery. So we are still waiting for that Windows handheld OS. So hopefully that fixes the battery drain issue when it comes out, because currently you are not able to play any handheld game for more than an hour, maybe, or maybe 30 minutes. So yeah, as you can see, we're pretty good with Elden Ring. Let's go ahead and dive into the next game. So here we are in HellDiver. So I cannot get the frame rate to show here. I'm not sure why, but let's go ahead and jump into a mission. But so far on the ship, we are getting some really good frame rate. I wish I could show the FPS, but it looks like it's not showing at the top left corner. But let's go ahead and dive in. I mean, just based off like moving the camera around, we look to be really good. But let's go on a mission. Let's see what we have. Let's go somewhere that's not too. Let's find another planet. Okay, let's see what we have here. Oh yeah, eliminate. All right, let's go ahead and dive down. Hopefully, well, I'm playing like very trivial, so let's see how that goes. But yeah, so far it's running pretty smooth. So if you want to play HellDiver on a Legion Go, it's definitely a go. But let's go ahead and drop into a planet to see if we get the same amount of, with the same frame rate as we're getting currently. All right.
Mission coordinates locked.
Yeah, so we're not getting the it says 0, but trust me, it looks like we're getting about either this is borderline 60 or yeah, or more than 60 actually. I wish I can tell, but yeah, let's go ahead and dive in. Yeah, the animations are running smooth. I don't see any stutter or anything like that. There might be a bit of stutter once we start dropping into the planet, but let's see. Even on my computer, I stutter a little bit at this part. I think it's mostly because it's loading. This game is beautiful. Just dropping down with the music. It's an awesome game. So if you haven't played HellDiver yet, I'd highly recommend it. It's a pretty awesome game. But yeah, let's wait till we drop in. All right, here we are on the planet. We're about to drop in. All right, so far so good. Let me drop down into the, oh, of course. I just fell to my death instantly. That's the HellDiver's experience for you. But let's go ahead and drop somewhere less hostile.
Point me to the enemy.
All right, so I do have the render distance set to low. So that's probably, I don't know if that's the fog or this planet is just super foggy, but yeah, the frame rate looks really good. Like I don't see any issue. As you can see in the video, like this thing is running pretty smooth. Yeah, I don't see any issues here. This game is definitely a green on the Legion Go. So if you definitely buy the Legion Go to play HellDivers, I highly recommend it. It is pretty smooth. There's no issues here. But yeah, awesome. Let's go ahead and dive into the next game. So I want to pivot into some emulation. So we tried some PC games which were pretty smooth, but definitely one of the things these handhelds are really good at is emulating. So let's go ahead and check out some emulation. I'm not going to bore you guys with the basic ones because obviously if this thing can run Elden Ring and HellDivers, the NES, the N64, those are going to be no sweat for it. Let's go ahead and go to PS3 because a lot of handheld do struggle with PS3. So let's go ahead and dive into Infamous, which is a PS3 game that I kind of been playing for a little bit. So let's see. I haven't had any issues with this game besides the rendering of the fire, which is on the I think it's RPS3 website that tells you some of the rendering may not work, but for the most part, I've been having a great time playing this game. It does crash sometime on me, but it's still worth it anyway. But just the fact that it's able to run on the Legion Go is an amazing thing. Like it's insane how far we have come when it comes to handheld. But yeah, look how fast I dived into it. I've been playing for a bit already, so I'm already, so yeah, let me bring up the FPS counter so we can see. Okay, so right now we're running it at 50 frames a second. This is a PS3 title, keep that in mind. Running at 55 frames a second. I don't know why they haven't remade this game. Like, come on, guys, we need another Infamous game because this was like peak PS3. So as you can see, we're running this, no issues. The frame rate is dipping a bit as we start climbing. This is the issue I'm talking about. On the smoke and fire don't render very well in this game, but that's not a game breaker for me, at least. I think it's still awesome. Let's go ahead and dive down. But yeah, look at this. This is awesome. Let's go ahead and try another PS3 game. So here we are in another popular game on the PS3, which is Skate 3. So we have the frame rate counter at the top left. So as you can see, this game also runs really nice on the Legion Go. I'm not an expert skater by any chance. I kind of just got this game just to test it out. But yeah, we have no problem with this game. 60 frames a second, no lag, no issue. As you can see here, let me see how I do it. I don't know what I just did, but let's do a kick flip. That's a heel flip. Let's do some tricks here. You know, let me show you my skate game, you know. But yeah, as you can see, definitely another popular game on the PS3 that's able to run pretty smoothly, no issues. I haven't played this one too much. I just got into it. But yeah, as you can see here, definitely an easy to emulate game. But the next one I'm gonna try is not gonna be so easy. Oh, okay, let's just get off the skateboard and run. Like, all right, let's go. Let's do at least one cool trick before we end this one. Let me do some. Let me see if I can get on this one. Oh, nice. There you go. 60 frames a second. Definitely check it out. Skate 3, running well on the Legion Go, PS3 emulator. Let's check out the next game. All right, here's another banger. This is Dante Inferno. This game, I don't know if a lot of people remember this game, but this is pretty much like the God of War almost. It plays just like God of War. I don't know if it's made by the same creators. I doubt it. Or Electronic Arts, but yeah, this game is also pretty awesome. It runs pretty smoothly in here. You can also, for some reason, you also get got some little bit of lag, but you can also get achievements in this. I don't know where they go, but it looks like the achievement function is working also on top of that. But yeah, that's another game that's, if you haven't played this one, I highly recommend it for the PS3. If you like God of War, you're definitely gonna like this game. It's pretty much plays similarly to it, with the huge ability tree, and it gets very complicated and very difficult as you go. So as you can see, I'm wrecking these peasants who are attacking me. But yeah, and I just got three trophies just by playing. So yeah, definitely another one of those games that runs really well on the Legion Go. 60 frames a second, no sweat. Just keep in mind, I'm running all these games at 720p. So you can technically upscale these games to run a lot better visually without having to lose any frames. So definitely play around with the setting. Let me know if you guys want me to do a deeper dive into some of the settings and the power usage to see what's the best efficient power to play some of these games. But yeah, Dante Inferno is definitely a recommended of mine. Runs really well on the Legion Go's, so definitely check it out. But yeah, so we can't talk about emulation without talking about the Switch. So any Switch game you see in this video is owned by me. But let's dive into it. So the first game we're trying is Mario Kart. So Mario Kart runs perfectly on the Legion Go. The only thing you don't get access to is the online play, of course. That would be too OP. But definitely, you can definitely play this game without any issues. Now, in my time playing, I did have some hiccups during gameplay, but for the most part, it still runs pretty smoothly. The frame rate is showing 0, but let's go ahead and toggle full screen to see if we can fix that. Maybe that's just what it needs. There we go. So now you can see we're running it at 60. So I'm gonna just get us into a match so we can see how it runs. Yeah, no sound issue or anything. So this is definitely one of those, if you need a emulation powerhouse, the Legion Go is definitely those go-to devices I would recommend. I did have the Steam Deck, and the Steam Deck did struggle with some Switch game. I did not try the OLED version of the Steam Deck. I mostly had the LCD version. I don't know if the OLED version is now doing better with the Switch games, but for the most part, the Legion Go definitely does not sweat when it comes to Switch. Let's go ahead. Let me focus here. I think I messed up, so I'm not gonna risk it. But yeah, as you can see, we're pretty much like fully running at 60 frames a second without any issues. Let me hit them drift real quick. So you see, we had like a small lag spike over there. Not too serious, but definitely wasn't a, yeah. So there's a bit of stutter sometime when you play. Not enough to be game breaking, at least not for me. But if you're like a professional, of course, you should just get a Switch because it runs way better on the Switch anyways. But yeah, definitely one of those games that is easily runnable on the Legion Go. So let's go ahead and try the next game. So here we are with one of the hardest games to emulate on a handheld, Tears of the Kingdom. So all games you see in this video is owned by me. But there are some artifacting in this game as you play it, as you can see there. But the Legion Go still puts out at the end of the day because we are getting a consistent 30 frame in here. Now, granted, there are some dips due to emulation, but for the most part, this is 100% playable on the Legion Go. This is just the beginning part, so I'm gonna go through it until we get to the animation. But yeah, if you're getting the Legion Go, like I keep saying, if you're getting it to the emulation, you're not gonna have any issues with this. So I'm excited to see the Legion Go 2 or even 3 if they keep releasing these things. And with the rumors that Windows is working on a handheld operating system, we might even unlock way more performance than we currently have today. So just keep in mind, we are running these games at 30 watts, which is a bit overkill, but I want to give it all the headroom it can just to show you what it's capable of. So as you can see here, there is a few dips as you go through. It says we're running at 7 frames, but obviously that's not true. So we are getting a consistent 30 frames here. So running Tears of the Kingdom is no issues, but let's go ahead and dive into the next game. So here's another banger, Super Mario World. Definitely no issue running this. I wouldn't expect it since it's able to run the Tears of the Kingdom at 30 frames a second consistently. So this is another one of my favorite games. So if you're buying the Legion Go for emulation, like I keep saying, this thing is a powerhouse when it comes to emulating. It's a full-blown computer at this point, but at the same time, being able to run some of these games with no issues is insane. So as you can see here, we're running this at pretty much 60 frames a second with no issues. This is running at 720p, but we can probably upscale it and drop the frame to 30 to probably get more fidelity out of it. But as you can see here, we have no issue running this. It's pretty smooth. But yeah. All right, so there you have it. We just tested 3 operating systems, the ones that I play mostly. So if there's any operating system that you guys want me to test, please put it in the comment and I'll make another video on that. I thought about trying Xbox, but I didn't feel like there was no game on Xbox that I wanted to play realistically. But if you guys want me to test out other powerful operating systems on the Legion Go, definitely let me know in the comment section. But for the most part, as you can see, the Legion Go has no problem handling PC, PS3, and Switch. And that's those are the ones I had issues with on my Steam Deck when I originally got it. So getting this device that's able to handle any game that I want and to allow me to play some of my childhood games that I remember is pretty awesome. So that's one of the reasons why I think the Legion Go is better than the Steam Deck. It just has that kind of power, and not to mention the screen resolution makes playing these games a lot fun. Most of the games I showed were pretty much at default settings. I didn't upscale it at all, but as you can see, if you want to upscale them a little bit, you have the headroom to do so. And that's what I love about these things. But if you enjoyed the video and you want to see more stuff like this, definitely hit the like button, hit the subscribe. I want to grow my channel to more so I can do more fun stuff. So thank you guys for watching. Peace.